this is me going towards the airport in a cab. And that's a plane. Did this effect especially for you guys. Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with a new series that's known as the Frequent Traveler Diaries, and this is the part 1. As you can see that I'm going towards the airport. I'm the frequent traveler. I live in Riyadh and I also work in Riyadh, and my home is in Islamabad, Pakistan, because my family lives there. So I travel almost every alternate weekend to Pakistan to meet my family. So that's why I've decided to bring this series to you, because I've been posting lots of videos on the YouTube channel and I just wanted to share my experience with you. By the way, this is the Terminal 5 of King Khalid International Airport, which is used for the domestic flights. I've been here, I think, twice or thrice while I was flying to Jeddah and Dammam. Oh wow, you can see so many planes over here. Now I'm moving towards the International Departure Terminal. That's Terminal 1. And this is the place where I've been spotting lots of planes. And this is the place whenever I come here, I just feel so good because I'm flying home, and plus I just love commercial aviation and I get a chance to live with planes. I'm moving towards the Terminal 1 from where my Etihad Airways Boeing 777 will be taking me to Abu Dhabi, and then I will be flying out to Islamabad. So this was a brief intro of the video. I prefer to travel by Etihad Airways because the timings really suit me. I get to attend my office on Thursday, which is a weekend in Riyadh, and I travel by this flight, reach Pakistan by Friday early morning, spend maximum time with my family on the weekend, and then I just fly back Saturday evening, which is roughly by 8:30, and I reach Riyadh 4 in the morning on Sunday, and I get to attend my office on Sunday. So my office is not affected, and I also meet my family and get the maximum time with my family. The immigration process is really fast. It takes me around about less than, I think, 10 minutes. And after this process, I'm just in the main lounge. As you can see all the duty-free shops. There's this Tumi shop from where I've planning to buy a bag. I don't know for how many years, but they're very expensive. So maybe one day I can just buy it. This is the main fountain in the Terminal 1 of King Khalid International Airport. My gate was just right behind this fountain. Not the fountain, where I'm standing right now. By the way, this is a very nice selfie point. I've seen so many people taking selfies over here. I think I also have a selfie. Let me just go through my collection, and maybe in the next part I'll just upload that picture for you guys. Usually when I travel on Thursdays, I don't have so much to do because I take a day off from office, a half day off from office. But this time something urgent came up, so I couldn't make so much video of the terminal, and soon I rushed towards the business class lounge because I'm an Etihad Gold guest, so I get to sit and eat and relax in the Plaza Premium Lounge. That is the lounge for the business class passengers. But today, before having my lunch, I decided to make this short clip for you, and then after making this clip, I just headed straight towards the place where I can just have my lunch. And you can see my laptop was not working, unfortunately. I don't know what was the reason. So I just had my lunch, tried to turn on my laptop, it didn't work. So I just messaged that it's not working and I won't work today, and I will work as soon as I'm in Islamabad. But who works on the weekend? Soon I was just out of the business class lounge, and this is a very nice place which you can see right now on your screens for plane spotting. So I straight away headed towards my favorite place for the plane spotting. You can see it on your screens that this is Flynas Airbus A320neo. I've flown once by this plane, and the video is also there on my YouTube channel. You can just go and watch it. This is the video of Terminal 2 from where Saudi Airline and Flynas and other airlines operate, and I'm at Terminal 1 from where Etihad, Emirates, Gulf Air and other airlines operate. Such a nice and wonderful view. This is the Gulf Air A320. There is also a video on my channel which you can just go and watch, which covers the pushback of this flight. Though it's not from the same day, I think a month old video, but you can just go and watch it over there. I get to see some takeoffs from there as well. This is Saudi Boeing 777. What an amazing view of the airport. I just love standing in the windows, making videos and watching all the planes going and just coming. This weekend I did not get enough time for the plane spotting because I reached airport a bit late. I had to work, as I told you before, and then I had to just rush towards my gate. So soon I was just out and checking my flight. This is not the one which is at the end at 11 in the night to Abu Dhabi. It is EY318 at 4:30 to Abu Dhabi from gate number 15. And soon I was at gate number 15. Such a great feeling. I am the first ones to board the plane, and you can see this thing. The plane is also almost empty when I'm inside the plane. This is some new effect that I've learned. Just put my hand on the trolley bag and just move through the plane and gives you a nice view. So I booked my seat just at the back of the plane. It was row 55 of Boeing 777, and this is a special effect that I just added for you guys. You will also enjoy the scene in which I'm putting the bag. This one. I forgot to show you my luggage tag. This was gifted to me by Vase, who also went with me to Bahrain this year to watch Formula 1. He just went to Frankfurt a few weeks back and he brought this for me. It was 3:49 at this time, roughly 45 minutes to go for the takeoff. And this is my entertainment system from where I can see unlimited planes. Lots of planes in sky and clouds and runways and airports. So this has been my entertainment system for the last 5 years. This is my Canon M50. I'm really proud to show you this one. I actually abandoned my 200D and I got this Canon M50 with this lens. This is a separate lens, not the kit lens. This is a 50mm lens with an f-stop of 1.8. It gives you a nice sharp picture. And just look at the leg space that I get over here, because Boeing 777 gets slightly narrow in the tail section, so there are only 2 seats instead of 3 seats. Luckily that day nobody was sitting with me and I had both the seats at my disposal. Now just look at this view. Look at this effect. I had my GoPro Hero 7 Black in my hand and I was filming it, and the way plane turns and moves, if you're sitting at the tail section of the plane, you'll get this effect. And there's this new effect that I've learned, that just zoom out of the window, make a video of the plane from the inside. Little bit shaky because the plane was also moving and my hand was also moving, and after making the video, just zoom out of the window as if you are just sitting outside the plane. Thursday afternoons are very busy at the airport because it's a weekend and so many people are flying out, so there is a huge demand for the flights, and you can see so many planes at the taxiway. I just enjoy each and every ride. For the last 5 years, I think I have round about 230 takeoffs, and that's the main runway of the King Khalid International Airport, Riyadh. You can see this plane taxiing towards the runway. The takeoff was just slightly before the sunset, so you can see the sunset right now. Such a nice and wonderful view from the plane. And now you will hear the sound of the engines. What a nice and wonderful feeling. The takeoffs from Riyadh are always amazing because the city is in the middle of the desert, so you get to see the brown color of the desert, the orange color of the sun, the blue skies and the white clouds, and this feeling is so amazing that I've been posting so many videos on my channel. You can just go and watch them and you can just see that how beautiful the takeoff is from Riyadh. As soon as the plane will take off from the runway, it will take a left turn. There is another video on my YouTube channel which you can just go and watch, which covers the takeoff part, which is already there in this video, and plus some more in-flight video of the clouds and the sky and the sun. I wanted to keep all of that video in this video, so many videos, but already the duration of this video is 45 minutes, so that's why I just really had to keep the important clips which I thought will be nice if I share them with you in this video. Right after the takeoff, I decided to add this effect of zooming out of the window and capturing the cabin of the plane, and then just going out of the window. You can see the video is a bit shaky. Actually, my life has been ruined after I've started making videos for the YouTube, because I've been trying to stabilize my video for a very long time, because I don't make videos in a very set environment. I'm always traveling, I'm on the move, the plane is moving, my hand is moving, and I also want to make some dynamic shots. That's why I'm facing all these problems, but just bear with me, because I'm just in the process of upgrading my equipment, and soon you will be seeing some better videos. So as I told you before, the view is really nice. You get to see the beauty of the nature from the plane. The plane will be cruising at 38,000 feet, as it was told by the captain of the plane. And now we are just going to rise above the clouds. Such a nice and beautiful feeling. You don't get to see this view every day in your life. And this day I was lucky because it was cloudy. So I got a chance to make this video. Hopefully you'll like it. Do tell me in the comment section. Time for some little info. This is the horizontal stabilizer of the plane. As I was sitting at the back section of the plane, that's why I could see the horizontal stabilizers. I hope you have enjoyed this little clip. During the flight, I just keep on changing my videography equipment in order to have the best shot available. And I was also enjoying the empty seat with me, as there was nobody sitting there. That's right. The weekend on which I was traveling, this was the weekend for the Formula 1 Grand Prix in Abu Dhabi. It is the last race of the season. I attended the second race of the year, that was in March in Bahrain. And I was planning to watch the final race, but I couldn't do that because the tickets were really expensive, and I was a bit busy with different stuff, my YouTube stuff and office stuff, so I couldn't go. But next year in March, I'm planning to travel again to Bahrain to watch the second race of the Formula 1 season 2020. So this is the magazine for the sales. You can purchase stuff. That's the duty-free shop of the plane, and I always check it. I've been buying many things from this magazine. This Cabin Zero bag, I have it with me. Then there is another clip that I got for myself for the credit cards. Yes, this one, and plus I also have this holder which I gave it to my wife. But this time I was looking at something different. I was planning to buy Hugo Reversed. It's a new perfume, not that new, but still I wanted to get my hands on it. And this day, luckily it was 20% off on all the sales. So I planned to buy. So I was planning to buy this perfume on my flight from Abu Dhabi to Islamabad. So let's see if I get successful in this venture or not. It is just for 221 dirhams. That will be roughly, I think, if I'm not wrong, 230 or 235 dollars. That's my M50 with a new lens. That's 55 to 250 mm. It's not really good for the low light photography, because this is another challenge that I've been facing during the travel in order to have a low light photography. and this is the view of the Bahrain International Circuit, because when plane flies from Riyadh, it travels straight towards Bahrain and then takes a right turn from there, passing Qatar, it lands in Abu Dhabi. So this is the Bahrain International Circuit, which I visited earlier this year, as I told you before. This is the skyline and the horizon. Wanted to take this video but couldn't do that because my lens doesn't really work well in the low light and I didn't have time to change my lens. But I took a photograph of the moon, which you can see on your screens. This was a very nice, wonderful sight. I think there is a planet near the moon. I don't know which one. If you know it, just comment it in the sections. Due to the non-availability of the proper equipment to make videos in the low light, I decided not to make any videos, and soon we landed in Abu Dhabi. As now you can see it on your screens that the plane is in Abu Dhabi, and I am about to leave the aircraft in a very nice manner. I was the last one, I think I was the last one to get off the plane, and this is the plane, the Boeing 777, which took us from Riyadh to Abu Dhabi. This is Terminal 1, and soon I will be moving towards the security checkpoint, and then I will be in the lounge to relax, to eat, and to wait for the next flight. 99% of the times, rather more than 99% of the times, the Etihad flights are on time, but today due to some reason our flight was delayed by 2 hours, so instead of flying out at 10 o'clock, the plane will be flying out at 12 o'clock. So I had 2 extra hours at the airport. Now I'm moving towards the flight transfer, which leads towards all departure gates, but before this there is a security checkpoint, and soon I will be crossing the checkpoint and will be entering the Terminal 1, and afterwards I will be walking towards Abu Dhabi International Terminal 3. And this is a walk, roughly I think it's a 10 minutes walk, and depends upon the speed on which you are traveling. This is one thing which I wanted to capture in my camera. This is a system which generates electricity as soon as you step on these tiles. So the electricity is generated with the help of the steps, and which you can say the kinetic energy. My physics is very rusty because it's been a long time I've studied my physics, but this is how it works in simple and plain words. But if you want to explain it in scientific manner, let me know. I'll search over the internet and do a video for you. Okay, now I'm moving towards the gate, and the first thing that I do is this: I stop at this electronic store, which is the Sharaf DG, one of the most famous electronic stores in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi, and here I am. This is where I have been looking at different electronic equipments whenever I stay at the airport. This is the best time pass that I have, and every time I plan not to buy anything because I've been spending lots of money on the gadgets. But this time I wanted to get the earbuds. I have a Bluetooth hands-free, but that's not earbuds. And these Samsung earbuds, I thought of buying them, then I decided not to buy. Then I thought that I need a cover for my phone, and then I decided not to buy it. The moment I turned back, there was a Bose rack. I just skipped that. Cameras, skipped them, didn't even look at them. But right now I just moved straight away to the GoPro section. I have a Hero 7 Black, but I wanted to get my hands on the Hero 8. But I decided not to, and then I decided to look at Modern Warfare because I have it in my system in Riyadh, but in Pakistan it's not on my PlayStation. So I again decided not to buy it because I was just only going there for the weekend. But next time when I'm going for the annual leaves, I'll definitely going to pick it up. After the Sharaf DG electronics store, I was in the main terminal, Terminal 3, duty-free shops you can see, and I decided to picturize the food court for you because food I love, and that's the best time pass for me when I'm traveling. Do tell me what is your favorite time pass when you are traveling. After looking at the food court, I was really hungry, so I decided to move towards the Etihad Business Class Lounge in Terminal 3, and soon I was in the lounge. And what do I do once I am in the lounge? I first of all take a nice warm cup of tea. Tea is life. Tea is life for me. And today I will be showing you how to make a nice cup of tea when you're waiting in a business class lounge for your next flight. Take a cup of tea, pour some hot water, once the cup is full, 2 tea bags of tea. That's the Dilma English breakfast tea. Smells nice. I even so much want to have a cup of tea right now. But while recording this audio, I am having a cup of tea, nice cup of tea. Once you have the tea bags in place in the teacup, you go for the milk. Very moderate amount of milk. Not much, not less, just to give it a nice color and a nice taste, and some sugar. Now 2 cubes of sugar. I wanted to go for the third one because these sugar cubes are small. Here I go. And the fourth one. That's how I like my tea. Some nice sweet tea. So this is a very nice cup of tea, and I'm now heading towards the sofa where I was just sitting with my luggage, and I was waiting. After I'll have my cup of tea, I'll go for a quick dinner, a very nice dinner. But before having a cup of tea, I wanted to just show you around the business class lounge. So here it is for you. Now it is time to make the right selection for the dinner because still the wait is on, and I have almost a 3.5 hours flight to Islamabad. I will be reaching at 7 in the morning in Pakistan. So I had to make the right decision for the food. And this is what I'm looking at. There is a nice variety of food in the Etihad Business Class Lounge. Salads, soup, vegetables. But this day I was not in the mood of having vegetables, but rice, yes, I'll have it. I was actually looking for something with meat. And finally I got my hands on the mixed barbecue. So mixed barbecue was there. And some nice spicy chicken. So rice with spicy chicken and barbecue. Here it is, 9:43 is the time. Still, I think 1 hour and 15 minutes to go for the boarding at 11 in the night. So I have got some time. Just look around, and during this time I will finish my dinner. After the dinner it was time for the sweet. And here it is, my favorite carrot halwa, which is known as the gajar ka halwa in Pakistan, and this is a pistachio cake. So the moment I got my eyes on the carrot halwa and the pistachio cake, I thought of eating them, and the rest desserts I thought of tasting them later when I was coming back from Islamabad. So soon I grabbed a plate for myself, got my favorite carrot halwa, a nice dessert to have during the winters. It's a very nice winter sweet dish, and 2 slices of pistachio cake carefully picked from the plate. You don't want to damage this decoration. 1 and 2. I just love sweet, and soon I was just moving towards my seat where I was having my dinner. And just look at the color of this carrot halwa, the color of the pistachio cake with some chocolate mousse and a brownie at the bottom. Wonderful. Such a colorful delight it is. Let me first move this plate. Here it is, and here is my dessert. And now it's time to eat my dessert and move towards the gate because it was already time for the boarding. So I just picked up my camera bag and my hand carry. But before leaving the business class lounge, I thought of having the carrot ka halwa more. The more gajar halwa, and let's see if I am successful or not. By this time, the lounge is almost empty because all the people have just flown out of Abu Dhabi, and here I am moving towards the counter to pick up my carrot ka halwa, or the carrot halwa, or the gajar ka halwa, whatever, man. Just look at this. I so much wanted to eat it, but nowadays I'm just getting a bit calorie conscious, as you guys have seen in this video. So I decided not to eat another serving and decided to move towards the gate because it was time for the flight. And here is a walk towards my gate. But before going to the gate, I thought of stopping at this shop because this is another shop which I stop at almost every time. And I just look at these airplane models. Love airplane models. I had an airplane model of Airbus A380 of Emirates. I gave it to one of a very good friend of mine. But you guys are watching this video, and if you want me to buy an airplane model for you, just comment it in the comment section and I will do a lucky draw and I will give one airplane model to one lucky winner. And this is what I will be doing almost every month. So just start commenting in this section and soon you might win an airplane model. So these airplane models are in two forms, one in the die-cast metal form and one in the plastic form. So you can tell me which one you want. You want the plastic one or the one in the die-cast metal. So this shop has got many things. A power bank. I think I've ended up buying a power bank from here. I also ended up buying a book from here. There are so many things for the kids. Crayons are there, storybooks are there. I always look for something to buy for my daughters. This backpack I wanted to get my hands on, but I thought not to. This is the one confusion I go through every time. Buy it or don't buy it. So many toys for the kids. So next time if you're at the Abu Dhabi International Airport, you can just buy something for your kids or even for yourself. I wanted to buy a Lego for myself. There are so many things I just want to buy for myself. After the shop, successfully not spending my money, I just came out of the shop and started to move towards my gate. It was roughly a 5 minutes walk from here, and this is a nice and wonderful walk. I will just turn right from here. I remember my first flight with Etihad from Riyadh to Islamabad was from the gates on the left. I don't know which gate it was. It was, I think, 54, 55. I don't know. I don't remember the gate, but my first flight was there, and it was at the time of Eid al-Adha, and the flight was almost full. Not almost full, it was totally full. So this is the walk towards my gate. It was at the end of this corridor. And on my way to my gate, I saw this display of the Expo 2020 that is going to happen next year in Dubai. I'm also looking forward to this expo because all the countries will be coming in and displaying their things, property, technology, and so many things to look at. It's going to be, I think, for a 5 months or 6 months expo. I'm not really sure about it, but this display has been there at the Dubai International Airport for a very long time, and recently it has been installed at the Abu Dhabi International Airport. The way they have placed the screens and the mirror, it gives a very nice 3D look, as if you're just standing there. A nice view to look at for some time, and now I decided to move towards my gate in a very speedy manner. Big ticket, you could see it on the right side. I ended up buying this ticket once. I didn't win anything. I always plan of buying this ticket, but I don't. So let's see, maybe next time if I can buy it, I can share the money with you if you pray for me. Before moving on to my gate, there is one thing I want to show you. That there is this gate in this section which gives you a very nice view of the planes. So if you are sitting here and if there is any plane parked over here, you can just look at this plane. I kept on waiting for some time over here to see if any plane is coming or not. But unfortunately, at this time, there was no plane. Soon I was at my boarding gate, that was 29, and I get priority boarding because I'm Etihad Gold guest. So I get priority boarding, but still I fly in economy. And soon I was in the bus. As you can see the view from here, it's a good feeling, because once you're in the bus, you know it's hardly 3.5 hours or 4 hours to go. And I'm always the first one to board the plane because I've got a hand carry. Just remember one thing, that if you are planning to hand carry your luggage and you're not booking your luggage, try to board the plane as early as possible, because then the overhead carriage doesn't have the space in it. So be careful in this regard, and always try to take the bag, the hand carry, as per the specifications of the airline. If you exceed the specifications, then they might take your bag before the boarding and they book it. So I'm always very careful to hand carry the luggage as per the given specifications. So that day, boarding to the plane was not through the jetway, it was through a bus transfer. So you can see I'm in the bus right now, and this is the Airbus A320 of Etihad Airways that will be taking me from Abu Dhabi to Islamabad. Really excited to board this plane, and the moment you are close to the plane, you know the home is close. When I'm traveling to Islamabad, I always take the seat that is at the front of the plane because it's then easy to disembark the plane and reach immigration before everybody else. Because I'm just there in Pakistan for a very short period of time, and I try to maximize my time with the family. So that's why I take the seat. But this time I was sitting at 8D instead of 8C. So my seat was 8C. Nice leg space, because there is no entertainment system. There's this video I've done on my YouTube channel. You can just go and watch it, in which I've shown you the advantage of not having the entertainment system at the back of the seat. But you can use your handheld device to connect to Etihad Airways Wi-Fi in the plane to access the entertainment system. And finally, I got my Hugo reversed, and buying the perfume was the last adventure of my flight. And then I decided to sleep because it was too late and I was too tired. And then I woke up in Islamabad. And finally, I was in Islamabad. If I'm not wrong, the plane was parked at gate A1. That is just at the beginning of the airport. And from gate A1 to the immigration counter, the walk is for, I think, 5 minutes, because I was also walking really fast. As you can see, I'm crossing all the people. And finally, I was the first one to reach the immigration counters. And this is Islamabad. Though it's the Islamabad International Airport, but I call it Islamabad. That's my city. Love to see this view every time when I'm in Islamabad. And it's such a delight to have this view. And in front you can see the gates that are leading towards the outside world. And if you realize, or if you don't realize, if you're a frequent traveler, and if you're traveling for just like the way I'm traveling, you might spend at max, I think, 12 to 13 hours inside, and you don't get to see the outside world. So this is a very good feeling when I reach Islamabad, is to be in the open air, and especially in your country. Now I will take this lift to the place from where I'll take the cab. You only know that how much you miss your country once you leave it. I lived in Pakistan for almost 35 years, and it's been now 5 years I'm in Riyadh. But every time when I come back home, come back to Pakistan, that's the best feeling that I ever get. I've kept my family in Pakistan because one day I hope I'll be just back home. And it's a lovely feeling to be in your country because everything is familiar. You know the people, you know the language, you know the culture, everything is familiar. The roads are familiar, the buildings are familiar, the skies are familiar, the clouds are familiar, the rain is familiar. And the wind is familiar. Every time while going back home, whether it's winters or summers, I just roll down the window and I just want to smell the fresh air of my country. And this time it was, I think, 9 degrees. It was really cold. the cab driver was feeling cold, but I still rolled down the window, and there was a little fight going on between the driver and me because he was feeling cold. So he turned on the heater just like a hairdryer. It was very fast, but still I just smelled the fresh air and reached home, I think, in 45 minutes. By the way, that's a petrol pump. And next day in the morning, I did some jamming session with my eldest daughter. It was fun. I hope you like the jamming session. Every time when I'm in Pakistan, I do this jamming session with my daughter. It's really fun. I just learned how to play guitar, I think, a year back, and she also started with me, but she plays better than me. In the night, there was a little barbecue party at my place. My family members were invited. This is a favorite mutton kadahi that I enjoy. And finally, the gajar ka halwa. The Pakistani gajar ka halwa. Really hot and nice and sweet and juicy. It was a wonderful treat. Thanks to my wife, she ordered it. She didn't make it, but she ordered it because I want to spend time with her. So I don't want her to be in the kitchen all the time. And this is a special tea that we make on the coals. I learned to make this tea in Riyadh. There was a friend of mine, Hamid. He taught me how to do that. And soon the party was over and it was time to go back home on Saturday. In the last 5 years, Riyadh has also become my home. It's my second home. This city has given me so much. This country has given me so much. The career that I wanted and the experience that I wanted, I've got from this city and from this country. It's a lovely feeling being here in Riyadh. The evenings are really nice in winters in Riyadh. This is the gate A1, where Etihad Airways Airbus A320 is waiting for me to take me to Abu Dhabi. Way back, it's again a 3.5 hours flight, and unfortunately, I changed my camera. I actually sold off my GoPro and bought a new one, Osmo Pocket, and my SD card was lost during this process, and I just lost all the footage that was in the plane from Islamabad to Abu Dhabi, and I am really sad about it. But definitely next time when I'm in Pakistan, I will do it, and I will save those videos and I will share them with you. Luckily, there was some footage left on the backup drive that I had, and I decided to put that footage for you. This is the bus. Again, I got a bus transfer from the plane to the terminal, and this time, I don't know, initially I used to get very sad when I used to board this bus, because obviously you're just getting away from your home and going back to work next day. I used to get sad, but now the feeling is very indifferent, as now I've started to do my vlogging as well. I'm busy with my YouTube, so I've got my camera with me. So all the time I'm busy, making videos and just enjoying the moment. And this is what I have learned over the past 5 years after living in Riyadh, that just enjoy the moment that you are in right now, and everything else is not to be worried about. And soon I was moving towards the gate, but before the gate there is a security checkpoint, so I had to go through the security checkpoint. By the way, I think he was in a hurry, and he also went the wrong way. This guy. See, now he went right and now he's going left. I think he was leaving for Abu Dhabi. He didn't have a transfer. So this is the escalator that takes us to the security checkpoint, and afterwards I will be in the main lounge. One tip, very important tip, while you're in a flight transfer, always check your gate. Always check your gate, though it's on the boarding pass, but you have to check your gate. My flight to Riyadh was from gate 56. It's again a 10 minutes walk from here. So I just swiftly and quickly move through the duty-free shops and move towards the business class lounge, because I again wanted to eat something, wanted to have a nice cup of tea before I board the plane, because it's roughly a 3 hours wait at the airport, and then the next flight is for 1 hour and roughly 15 or 20 minutes. But the boarding process, if you include the boarding process, then it takes 2 hours and 15 minutes, because the boarding starts roughly 45 minutes or an hour before. So I was just moving towards the gate, and as I told you before, at this point in time I've got so many thoughts going through my mind, especially regarding the job, because next day it's office and really have to think about it. And here is the business class lounge. I'm back once again. There was a time when I was flying so frequently. Nowadays I have just reduced it a lot, but 2 years back I was flying so frequently that everybody started to know me in the business class lounge. At this time it was empty, almost empty. There was nobody around, and I decided to have food first or have a tea first. I don't know, I'm not really sure. But last time I decided to have dal makhni on my way to Riyadh, and here is the dal makhni with the barbecue chicken. And after having my dinner, I just decided to connect to the internet. The speed in the business class lounge is really good. You get some nice good speed, and as you can see on your screens, I was getting roughly up to, it went to 70, now it's at 45 Mbps. It will go high, so the speed is really good. So I download a few movies of Netflix on my mobile, and which I watch on my way to Riyadh. And finally, another tea process. It was time to have a nice cup of tea, because as I told you before, tea is life, and it's really late in the night at this point in time, so I wanted to have a cup of tea just to be fresh. I don't sleep in the plane, because then you get very dizzy once the plane lands, because the flight is very short. It's for 1 hour and 15 minutes, and you hardly get to sleep for 30 or 40 minutes. And when I land in Riyadh, I'm very dizzy, so I avoid sleeping in the plane. So I watch a movie, read a book, but this time I had some video editing to do. After having my cup of tea, I decided to take my Canon M50 out of the camera bag and wanted to just experiment with the camera, because I'm new to the DSLR technology, so I'm learning how to operate this camera and to get the best videos. And once I was leaving the business class lounge, there were so many people again in the lounge waiting for the next flight. I think I was here for 2 hours, and then I just moved towards gate number 56. That was the designated gate for my next flight to Riyadh. The moment I reached the gate, there was some time for the boarding, so I decided to check this duty-free shop, which was near to my gate. And I'm always looking for some nice prices or some nice offers if they are there. And that day there was nothing much, and already I had bought a perfume, so I decided not to buy anything today, and decided to just go towards my gate and board the plane. As I told you before, I always try to board the plane as early as possible, because if you are one of the last people to board the plane, then the overhead carriage is full and you don't get to keep your hand carry. And I always carry my a small bag with me, because I'm just there from Pakistan for 2 days. On my way back, I again prefer the seat which is at the front of the plane, because then I have to just get off the plane in Riyadh and have to cross the immigration as early as possible, so that I can just go back and catch some nice sleep, because early morning I've got an office. Did some editing in the plane. This is the view from inside. All lights are turned off because it's late night. It's the plane takes off at 2:15 in the morning from Abu Dhabi and reaches by 3 o'clock in Riyadh. It's a 1 hour difference between Abu Dhabi and Riyadh. Soon I was out and quickly and swiftly moved towards the immigration and through the immigration within just 5 minutes, and walked to the store because I wanted to buy milk for myself, because I didn't have milk for the tea in the morning. And obviously tea is the most important ingredient of the day, and my day starts with a nice cup of tea. If I don't have a cup of tea, then I cannot reach office on time. So I'll get back home and I'll get only 3 or 4 hours of sleep, and then I have to reach office and till 5 o'clock in the evening. Then I will work on Sunday, and once I'm back, I just then take some rest. This is Riyadh airport. I'm outside, and this is where I will be finishing off this video. Thank you very much for staying with me. It was really lovely sharing my experience with all of you, and don't forget to comment in the section. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I will be bringing more parts. Thank you very much.